Hello, mystical souls, and welcome to this Tuesday. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful January evening or morning, wherever you are at. I really appreciate you joining me. If you are new, my name is Patricia Tate. I'm with Willow, Mystik Astrology. I am a Western and evolutionary astrologer. If you are not new and a regular, welcome and thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being here, and I cannot do this without you. I'm excited. I encourage you to like and subscribe to the channel. I have a lot of great information that I'm going to be sharing tonight. I'd love to know where you are currently. I am currently in the great state of Arizona in Quartzsite, Arizona, and escaping a lot of this cold that's going on right now, and cold at night but warm during the day, so I'm happy here. Give me your sun, your moon, your rising, if you know what it is. I'm a sun in Leo. I am Taurus moon and a Virgo rising, and would love to know a little bit about you. So if you are interested, please scan that QR code and make sure that you give me the exact date, time, and location of your birth, and get in the queue to have your astrology read. Or if there's a specific question, most of the time people just put their information in and I just start rambling and telling you about everything that's going to be going on in the skies and in your life. So welcome. All right, so let me jump right in with what's going on. If you are seeking out a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystik.com, and sending out a big hug to everybody who is out there. All right, so I want to start off with a couple of things. The first, I want to talk about like big things that are going on in the universe right now. This Saturday, we are going to have the Sun-Pluto cazimi. A cazimi is when the sun meets up in the sky with another planet, and they call it in the heart of because it literally magnifies the energy. So we're going to have the Sun-Pluto cazimi, which is magnifying the energies of Pluto. Pluto is the planet of death and transformation. It is the planet of regeneration, and it's about hidden things, and it wants to take everything, and it wants to be innovative in its shifting and changing of where things are going. The sign of Aquarius is like hive mind, but being independent. So it's putting out the energy and gathering thoughts and ideas, and then being thoughtful in the process of where we are going and what we are doing. Hey, shiny gems. Oh, I'm sending out a big hug to you. I really thank you for being here. You make my night every single time. Hey, Donna King. Super excited that you are here. If you have that birth information, please pop it into the queue. All right, so let's talk about this Sun-Pluto cazimi. All right. Aquarius is the energy of rebellion, and Pluto is disruption, and it's about science, it's about technology, it's about innovation, and literally it takes things from the top down and wants to transform them. It will be in this sign for the next 20 years, so we know that this area of your life is going to be going through a 20-year overhaul of Aquarius themes, and that includes like an awakening of the collective and science, technology, AI, all of these topics. It's about the government and control issues and who has the control, the shadow side of things. Now, this is going to be opposing. So this is in fixed signs. So we have Aquarius being a fixed sign. So nobody wants to move. Nobody wants to shift. Leo is a fixed sign of pride, being prideful. It's opposing that area of your life, and it will be squaring wherever you have Scorpio and wherever you have Taurus. So literally it's taking the air, the earth, the water, the fire, and it's taking an area that's been stable and stationary for so long that it pushes through the ground this growth that needs to happen, and it's about transforming. It's about literally transforming. Hello, Mina. How are you? And shiny gems, I'm telling you, every time I look at it, I just brings a smile to my face. I'm so glad that you guys are here. All right, so this is something big that's going to be going on. I do have a video on it. It is, I'll just go to the channel, or I'll see if I can like add a link to it. The exact point is going to start happening this Saturday. First, the sun is going to go into Aquarius of, let's all think about this. We all have to be involved. Like, we have to be involved in government. We have to be involved in the topics of things. It's about everybody, but yourself also. It's where am I in the grand scheme of this shift and this change that needs to happen from the top down. And then in order to create new change. All right, so then there's one other thing I want to talk about and share with you, and that is this full moon that's going to be coming up. So where we were with with 2023 was we ended things like on a Mercury retrograde, and we're still not moving. We're trying to move forward, but we're out of the Mercury retrograde, and we're still in the shadow of. It's kind of like you're wanting to move forward, and somebody is holding your shirt and trying to pull you back. And so February is going to be a beautiful month that it is open for manifesting. It's about getting some things done and getting what you want to do out there. We had this January new moon that was intentional with Capricorn energy of starting something new, and then there'll be another one. We're like bookending our year with it at the end of the year with starting the year and then ending the year with a new. And I'm ready to create some change of something that is sustainable over a longer period of time, and wanting to change, shift, and manifest that in the next several months moving forward. So we're going to have this Pluto conjunction, Cazimi, Sun-Pluto Cazimi conjunction on the 20th, and then we're going to have a couple other things happen, and then February is going to be this amazing, beautiful month of, yay, I finally feel like I'm free, I'm liberated, I can move forward with some things in my life. And then we're right back into the eclipse season, the shadow of, and then our next free period will be the May, June, July. All right, so hello, Chandra. How are you? All right, let me pull up another chart, because I want to talk about the full moon also. It's pretty important. It's going to be packed with this like full moons, ladies and gentlemen. You know, full moons, they bring about closure and ending. All right, so let's just talk about this one. We have the sun opposing the moon, and it's in a Cazimi. Remember that the sun is who you are. It is your body, it's you, and the moon is your feelings and your intuition. And when the sun shines bright and full on the moon, it reveals things that were hidden. It's about closures and endings. And this full moon is going to revolve around Leo themes, childlike behavior, tapping into your inner child, leadership qualities. It is going to be about some things being revealed, and there might be this clash between our ego and our self. So we have the sun in Aquarius, the moon in Leo, and then we have this fixed square with Jupiter. Now Jupiter's in the sign of Taurus, and it doesn't want to move. None of these signs want to shift and move. And so when you have this T-square, you have two planets opposing each other, and then the T-square is where they erupt, where they push for the change of. And so the change is going to come in the form of something that is solid and stable, but where there needs to be growth in order to move forward with. It's about it's a stalemate between what you know, who you are, your feelings, your ego, your thoughts, your ideas. It can be emotional drama, because the moon is all about our feelings and our intuition, and it could be ego clashes. And where it will erupt is with the sign of Jupiter. Now, the positive with this is Jupiter is in trine with Venus. So it gives us hope of Venus's love and money and beauty, and let's bring people together. Let's work this through. Let's work this energy out. the reason for the stalemate, the reason for the clash is that some things have been going on in the same way, the same rhythm, the same pattern, and disruption forces the change to happen. It's where you get too settled in your ways. And so Jupiter with Venus is saying, look, let's expand these relationships. Let's expand beauty. Let's expand. We have the two benefics, the great benefics of Jupiter and Venus working together to say, work this out. It doesn't have to be this way. There is an out. And things are going to be exposed for the purpose of sharing some things. All right, so let's move forward with my first person who is in the queue. Sending out a big hello to everybody. Hello, Veronica. Hello from Argentina, from the great state of Arizona here. I am in the United States, and sending out big fat hugs to everybody. Sending out love. All right, so let me move along here and transition over and pull up my first person in the queue. I greatly appreciate everybody's patience as I work through this. All right, so the first person, I believe I was allowed to use her name. So it's Danielle. So there we go. Nope, I want to do one. Let's see here. Just Danielle. So I want to talk a little bit about what I see, and then we can move forward with a little bit about where things are going in your life. All right, so Danielle, it's Danielle G. I don't know if I'm able to use like the last name, but for privacy purposes, I'm just going to use the G. All right, so Danielle, we know that Danielle, you are ruled, your rising sign is Cancer, and so you are ruled by the moon. Your feelings and emotions are changing every other day. This is like emotional roller coaster. It's about family and intuition and your feelings and being in tune and liking fine food and liking wanting to create stability. Your sun is in Taurus, meaning can be kind of stubborn. You like fine things. You don't want the shift of the energy. And your moon is in Aries, as in I want to initiate things. So privately, we know what's going on. What I'm looking at is this. This is a huge stellium. Whenever you have a lot of planets, 3 or more, in an area of your life, it really magnifies what's going on. So we have Chiron, your wound, conjunct Venus. Venus is love and money and things that you value, and Mercury is the way that you communicate with the sun and Mars. All of this together in your 11th house of your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals, where you want to go in life, how you want to proceed. And you can be very goal driven and kind of, I don't want to say stubborn, but like solid in your ways to get there. Now, the last year and a half of your life, the eclipses were going through your 11th and your 5th house. Currently, before I move on to currently, I want to talk about just one more thing that I see here, because on top of your hopes, wishes, dreams, and goals, which is not, it's a difficult area of your home. This is an area that's under construction right now. Your career and your home are like, this is loaded also. You have Jupiter wanting to expand things, Saturn, rules, regulations. Things will come to you, but over time. Saturn is the planet, it's the taskmaster. It's about you have to wait and do things better over time and perfect things. Pluto is the planet of transformation, death, dying, and growth, regrowth. And so in the sign of Libra is you want this peaceful home. You do not want arguing. You're probably the peacemaker that is at the home, and it's wanting this at all costs. I'm going to see if you're like in the queue or if you're going to be watching this later. Hello, Veronica. How are you? Oh, in Kuwait, 2 a.m. Well, Thank you for waiting up for me. Mermaid Infinity, I don't remember your time. I really do need the time of birth. It gives me exact information. Let's see, Mermaid. I bet you have had a lot of deaths recently. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, 3 deaths in the last 3 days, friends and family. Look, this Pluto Kazemi that's going to be happening on the 20th brings about the death of people, places, and things, and it raises the awareness. So everybody finally says, enough, we have to change things. And so I'm sorry that you're experiencing this on a personal level. I'm so glad you shared this, Mermaid, on your wall, on your Facebook wall. Thank you. And hello, Veronica. All right. So I don't see Danielle in the queue, or I don't know if I don't have your name for your YouTube. Hello, Germany. Journey from Germany. All right, so I'm going to continue to talk about Danielle, and then I'm going to move on back into the queue. All right, so we know that Danielle also has this beautiful grand air trine. Her south node is in Aquarius. Thoughts, ideas, communication, but that's where things went awry in a past life. Or if you don't believe in past lives, then you can look at it as generational from one to another. It's in your 8th house. The 8th house is the house of birth, death, and rebirth. And so there was some kind of a death that came as a shock or surprise in a past life. And in this lifetime, you're supposed to be focusing on you. 2nd house themes, your cash, your property, your resources, your voice. The North Node in Leo is, I need to be heard and I need to have my voice heard. My voice was lost in a past lifetime because I got lost in the crowd. I got lost mixed with, usually the South Node in Aquarius is kind of, I don't want to say a cult, but it can be like religious things where we all work together, or it's group activities where we are all in it for a cause or a reason. And in this lifetime, you are to be integrating the information that you've learned from your past, and in this lifetime, making sure that you're using your own voice, using it for your resources, your cash, your property, your self-esteem. All right, so one more thing I want to share with that, you do have a square to your nodes. The square is your Sun and Mars. Whenever there's a square to the nodes, it means that there's a skipped step. You decided in this lifetime to, hey, let's just bypass a few things, make it a little bit more difficult, and push through these transitions. The Sun and Mars means in your 11th house of your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals. I would say the Sun was a person. And the Mars was cutting, fighting, and intensity, and this energy of cutting away your goals and saying that you're going to follow this path. In this lifetime, you will repeat that pattern of wanting to help others at the cost of yourself, but needing to make sure that who you align yourself with, that you shine also, that you are focused on your goals, and it doesn't have to be like, you don't have to be on the same road as somebody, but you can be running parallel to them. All right, so I want to bring in, I want to do a bi-wheel and talk about where things are with this full moon with you. All right. All right. Oh, good, Mermaid. I've faced that and I'm healing. Sending you, like, everybody is going through such deep transformations right now. You don't know about the steps that somebody is walking in, because we're all living our own, and we're all going through these struggles, pushing past change. I have a lot of fixed energy in my chart, and so I'm reminding myself daily that being pushed out of my comfort zone is for my best and highest good, that I need to be focused on myself, but I also need to say, where am I with the whole? And so I'm encouraging everybody that where you're finding these struggles is where the universe is going to really push you past a comfort point. All right, so Danielle, you are going to have the Sun and the Pluto Cazimi sitting on top of your South Node, reminding you some things that you have done either in a past life or in the past. And it's thoughts, ideas, communication. It's kind of like a deja vu. Like, haven't I already gone through this before? Haven't I already done this before? I don't want to do this again. The full moon is sitting on top of your North Node. Use your intuition, use your gut instinct, use your dreams, use all of your connections that you have. The moon is about your ego, and it's following your ego and saying, I have to be the one to push past this change. It needs to come from within. And Pluto's going to for sure it's going to make you transform, whether you like it or not. It is in a trine, or going to be in a trine, with your Pluto and the North or the South Node of what are you releasing. Okay, I'm going to erase a few things on here before I go into the next storyline, because I want you to really understand it. The reason I brought up your home and your career is because we have your North Node that's transiting. So the planets go one way and the nodes go the other way. So they're always activating different areas of our chart. So Danielle, in your life, starting about, I would think 6 to 9 months ago, there were some things that were activated that had to do with you searching out for your best interest for your career. What is yours? What is somebody else's? Being pulled back into the home, being pulled into what are you releasing with home, having to focus on your needs first. The Aries Libra axis is me versus we. Aries is the person of, where have you given away your power? Where have you given away your energy? Where do you need to take it back, and what should you be focusing on? Pluto in your fourth house with the South Node on top of it could really have you letting go themes that have to do with traditions. Just because the family's always done it and you're expected to do it, it may be this great relief of, I'm not going to do it anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. It's not for my best and highest good. The fourth house is home, family, roots, traditions. This could be discovering that you are related to somebody through genealogy, or saying, I need separation of my home and specific family members. It is setting up a okay, the South Node in your fourth house. The South Node in your fourth house can sometimes mean that you're going to be moving or leaving that home, or doing something with that home in search of your North Node, which is your career, your legacy, where you want to go, and things that are going on with you. I love that we've got this trine. Like you've got this trine of the Pluto and your South Node. It will be literally like a death of, and no turning back. It will be a release of. I believe it's going to include shared resources that have to do with the eighth house represents anything that you partner up with other people, and this could be family, if you have home or debt or property. If this could be a business partner that you have these shared resources. This could be an ex with alimony and child support. This can also be your marital partner, and or a significant person that's in your life that you would consider like a life partner. There's going to be major transformation of like these topics and these areas in your life. The good part is you've got Venus in Capricorn. Like I love this in that this is going to be the winner chicken dinner of Venus connecting you with the right people that will be able to stand the test of time. Capricorn is quality versus quantity, and Venus wants to merge people together. The seventh house is not just cooperation and negotiation, it's love. And this can be including clients and best friends and significant others. It's also the house of open enemies and exes. And so know that these areas of your life are going through major transformation. I know that when the nodes were going across my moon, like the last year and a half, I was very emotional, I knew what I was supposed to be doing, but it was like, do I let go? How do I let go? Where do I let go? How do I change? And the north node going across your moon is going to say, you know, it's in your best and highest good. You know that you have to be the one to do this. And if you hang on for too long, it will make it uncomfortable. The 10th house is the house of authority or public figures, or you as an authoritarian, or you as the public figure, or you saying, I have to do this for my legacy. I have to do this moving forward. All right. So Danielle, I am really thanking you for trusting me with your consultation. I greatly appreciate it. And I hope if you have any questions, like that you can message me in the chat, because I didn't know what your YouTube name was. Or if not, I'm sure I will hear from you again. All right. So let's move on. I have, I think it's Myra Hernandez. All right. So let me transition out of this and pull up her chart. I really appreciate all of you waiting and being in the queue and joining us as we go through the astrology for this. It's like a pivotal time for everybody with everything that's going on. Myra. All right. I'm sorry. I always I'm slow to make sure that I am 100% accurate. I'm a Virgo rising, and I don't want to make any mistakes. And so I check, I double check, and I triple check. Because even if it's like a couple minutes off or I type something wrong, I'm wrong. I don't like being wrong. California. All right. All right, let's talk about you. First off, I want to say thank you for trusting me with your consultation. I greatly appreciate it. And let's see. I thought I saw you in the chat, so I just want to make sure. It's Hernandez. So I don't know what your chat name is. So I'm just gonna start talking about things that are going on with you. All right, you're a Virgo rising. So you understand my attention to detail, because Virgo rising is your thoughts, your ideas, your communication of who you are, and wanting to be concise and correct to move forward with things. Oh, okay, so you have a sun in Libra, naturally beautiful, in your second house of cash and property and resources, of how you make your money. I love this for you. This is being activated by the eclipses, so I'm going to come back with that. But I want to skim through your chart and talk about a few things. All right. I really want to talk about your third house of communication, because your last year and a half was a holy mackerel. You were having a nodal return, and it was pointing you into the right direction. And so the north node was going across your north node up here and saying, you are too comfortable with what you are doing. You need adventure. You need foreign people, places, things, cross-cultural experiences. You need to have these things in your life. And Scorpio was this deep need and desire for the communication and the family. And Pluto is like, okay, your childhood, your early childhood, Pluto was transforming it left and right. It was probably like learning was probably difficult. School was difficult, or your communication or your interaction with cousins and siblings, aunts and uncles. Saturn is authority, and it's usually like a father figure, and it's about being rigid and stiff and do it over, do it over, do it over. And so that could have been your schooling or your travel and communication and your upbringing when you were younger. When the nodes were activated with a nodal return, okay, so that's important that I need to go back to. You had this nodal return that ended around October, and it was literally moving you on to the right path. Oh, mother of... Sorry, I'm not even showing the friggin' chart. Let me, now I'm gonna go back. Hold on. I am so glad somebody said something. All right. No, shiny gems. Thank you. And I'm glad I didn't drop any bad words. Yeah, is the chart supposed to be shown? Yep, it sure is. It sure is. Okay, so let me go back and say it again. Okay, so sorry. All right. We know that this person is a Virgo rising. Attention to detail. This is the house that I am wanting to talk about right now. That I think it's Myra. I think I'm saying it right. I'm hoping I'm saying it right. You had a nodal return. It ended last October. So go back to last October and then think back for the last year and a half before that. It was correcting you and sending you on the right path. It literally was saying, all right, you need more adventure. You need these experiences. You need to pay attention to religion and spirituality and faith and hope and belief and dive into these topics in your life. You need to explore. You need to be solid and stable and grounded with these topics and not afraid to step out of your comfort zone. A nodal return, and yours is at the 29th degree. So the 29th degree they call 0, and the 29th to be anaretic. So here you've got Mars at 0 and you've got your nodes at 29th degree. 0, never done it. It's brand new. Think of it as like a Dalmatian puppy with never, like with a toy, with a ball. And I'll come back to that one. But the south node and the north node, think of it as a final exam lifetime. You've already done a lot of these things, and you're bringing back things from the past, incorporating them into this lifetime and saying, how can I use all of this Scorpio energy? Scorpio is psychic. It's intuitive. It is using your spidey senses or your feelings, your gut instinct, and saying, no, my intuition says that I shouldn't trust this person, or I should trust this person, or it's the Scorpio energy it's deep, it is transformative, and it's also about leaving things behind, because once something has died out, it turns into like a fertilizer and we use it for the growth of. And so that was a really tough time for you. And so it was setting you up for what is going on in your life right now. All right, so now I want to go back and I want to talk about two things with you. I'm going to do a bi-wheel because it's important. Okay, I'm a teacher at heart, so I always want you to be able to first see it in order to understand it. I'm going to talk about the full moon, but I'm also going to be talking about the Sun-Pluto. All right, an important area of your life. This conjunction is going to happen, and it's leading up to it this Saturday. The Sun-Pluto conjunction is going to cause major transformation for your daily health, your daily habits. It's about you getting in tune to your body, your intuition, your mental, physical, spiritual, psychological, your health, your well-being, pets, and it's finding a mentor, finding a guide, thinking outside the box. How can you do all of these things with this Aquarius energy? It will totally transform that area of your life. The way that you were doing things is not going to work. So it's about getting in tune and transforming. And how do you use that? Do you use it with technology? Do you use it with, like, okay, I can't walk with somebody 3 days a week. Do I do a virtual with, like, what is that, the Peloton, like with the treadmill? Or can you find a way to stay connected to others, but still remain yourself? The 6th house is your daily habits, but it's also alternative healing. So this could be sound baths. This could be a chiropractor. All of these topics are going to be in your wheelhouse, changing that area of your life over the next 20 years, like literally bringing down the old and establishing a new. The sixth house is also where we volunteer and where we find this balance between our home and our work. And so you wanting to be part of a cause, but not wanting to lose your identity. Now with this, let's see. Okay. I see that what's going on in my transit now, major transits. I don't know if this, I'm not 100% sure your YouTube name. So I'm going to keep on going on with this. So the moon and the nodes. This is the north node in the direction in which you're going, and this is the south node right now. So the north node. Around October, we had this shift of your focus. It needs to be Aries-like. Myself, the warrior. I have to initiate change in my life with these shared topics, these shared themes, these shared resources that I have with other people. This could be through debt or alimony with family, or with a business partner, or with an ex, or with a marital partner or a life partner. This could also be where you make investments and making really good investments and saying, how can I build up my money better here? Now the south node is going to, it's on top of your sun, it's on top of your Mercury. The south node is, how do I release these things? How do I release Libra is the sign of finding balance. It's the scales. It's also the yoke that goes on the oxen, of where one goes, the other goes. And so how are you releasing things that make you feel safe and secure on a daily basis? Libra is where we compromise, and sometimes compromising at the detriment of other people. And where have you given away your power? Where do you need to take back ownership of? It's basically like step into your power, step into your divinity, and own where is your money, where is your resources, and how can you change this and make it for the better? And then how do you release some things that no longer serve you? Are you holding on to a lot of things in your home? Do you need to just give them to a warm hand, or to, this could be sell them, or to share them with family? The south node going across your sun represents everything that has to do with you and your identity, feeling like, what do I have to lose? And I have to be in charge of my own finances. I have to be, it's going to be you and the way that you communicate it in a way that's kind words and being fair and equitable, but making sure that your resources are taken care of first. Now we have this sun opposing the moon, which makes it a full moon. The sun being in your health sector, the moon being in your 12th house of worst fears, self-sabotage, isolation. So there could be an ending to something that has to do with a hospitalization. The 12th house is like rehab. It is ashrams. It's meditation. It is illnesses. So there could be like this, an ending to this illness, or an ending to self-sabotage, where I'm now ready to move into a better space for myself. Sometimes this could also be like an ending to generational trauma or generational wounding, or in this lifetime, self-punishing yourself for the things that have happened to you or have gone on with other people. All right, so let's also talk about the T-square that comes with this. The T-square is going to be with where you want to go in this lifetime with Jupiter, and yes, expanding things, studying things, taking classes, taking workshops, and this will be the area of your life of maybe getting an idea, or maybe connecting with others. The connection with others, if you cannot actually go there, the connection with others can be through Zoom or other forms of technology. All right, so I'm really hoping that this all makes sense. Let me look at a couple more things here. You do have let's talk about one more thing. We do have Saturn sitting on top of your moon. Your moon in Pisces makes you very intuitive, probably very psychic, probably very watery, lack of boundaries when it comes to partners. This means best friends, significant others, clients, one-on-one. Saturn sitting on top of your moon is over the next 2 to 3 years is going to encourage you to have these healthy boundaries of where are you and where are others. And I love this for you because it's really going to be healthy it'll be healthier in your relationships, because having the moon in Pisces leaves you with is that my feelings or is that somebody else's feelings? Is that my hurt? Is that my stomach ache? Is that my headache? Or am I really picking up on somebody else's stuff? And Saturn is going to get you a little bit more grounded and removing of other people's stuff so you can focus on what is yours and what actually belongs to other people. All right, so I'm hoping that all of this makes sense. I am going to encourage everybody. There's going to be okay, so please check out the video that on the Kazemi that's going to be coming up. I'm going to be releasing another video that's about Mercury hop, skipping, and jumping through the chart. That'll be released, I think, on Sunday, letting you know there's this pattern going on and where things are going with it. All right, so Myra, thank you very much for trusting me with your consultation, and I hope that everything makes sense. Looking in the chart. All right. Thank you. So let's move on. Shiny gems. Oh gosh, I'm loving everybody in there. Hello, Brava Peta. Okay, let's pull your chart up. Alrighty, I appreciate everybody patiently waiting. Let's hope oh, for crying in a bucket. There we go. Oh, for goodness gracious. I should probably mute this so people don't hear me complaining. Alrighty, let's pull this up. I got it. Let's see. Okay. Shiny gems. Okay, did I say your name out? I'm so sorry if I did. Okay. Yep. Let me do a bi-wheel with this, and let's talk about, there's no specific questions, so let's talk about where you are right now. So first off, thank you for trusting me, and let's talk about this full moon. All right, shiny gems, let's talk. Yep. All right, Sun and Pluto. This conjunction is going to be, it's in your 5th house of creativity, art, music, giving birth to things. it will totally transform some things in your life. If you have felt stifled or stymied or like just not creative, this will have you transforming this area of your life. The fifth house is the house of what do I want to give birth to? It's also the house of taking risks. It's putting yourself out there. Now, I want to talk about this, the transformation of this house. It's going to affect your second and your eighth and your 11th. And so let's break it down. The transformation in your fifth is going to be a death and a rebirth. It will be the things that you really did enjoy doing or things that you were creative with. It will be transforming that, and it will be diving into something new. Now, what will oppose it? Your 11th house of your hopes, your wishes, your dreams. I really wish I could go back to that. That always brought me joy. It's going to be okay. It's about finding what now brings you joy, creating something new, looking into something new. What is opposing? Now, your dreams and your hopes and your goals are opposing it. What's squaring it is your second house. It's Scorpio. And the second house is your money, your cash, your property, your self-worth. You're attaching your self-worth to your creativity. Then what also has to be integrated is your eighth house of your shared resources with other people. There's going to be some kind of a death or something of shared resources. And along with this is going to open up the ability for investments. It'll open up the ability for you being able to be more, to take risks. It's you stepping out of your comfort zone. Pluto Sun Kazemi is how can I use technology? How can I stay connected to people but still remain myself? What are my hopes and my dreams? I just feel like everything is changing all at one time. The second house being your self-worth and, like it's what you really value the most and saying, what is really important to me? What can I live without? What do I really need? And how do I integrate all of these energies together? I want to talk about the full moon. All right. So the sun is going to be here. It's going to be having illuminating, and it's going to have an ending of sorts with some of your goals. You might finally say that I've reached this goal. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this craft. I don't want to do this activity. I'm going to dive into something new. There will be some kind of an ending. The 11th house is also who do you align yourself up with for your goals. This can be through work, or this can be through where you want to volunteer or where you want to do activities with other people. Now, this full moon will have you feeling your feels because it will be about your ego. Something is going to be revealed. The shocking part, so it's a T-square. And so you have these two opposing energies, and they push out in your eighth house of your shared resources. It erupts, basically. It will be shock and surprise and erupting of what do you share with other people. And it can be family, and it can be, okay, because I've read your chart and I know it, I believe that it has to do with extended family, and I believe it has to do with people that you share finances with, and I know that you know who those people are. So it's going to be family and the other person who shares the dwelling with you. Now, the positive that's going to come from this disruption is going to be the trine to Venus. Venus is in your fourth house of home. Venus wants to bring people together, people, places, and things. This is my home. I want to invite you into my home. I want to make my home more beautiful. I want to make my home more inviting. I want to have a stable, like Venus here is on top of your Neptune, literally to the degree. Your hopes, your dreams. Sometimes it can be, think of it as your faith and your hope and your belief, and saying, is this too good to be true? Can this be too good to be true? Yeah, we are all equal. And this is for the full moon. Yeah, I'm telling you. So the first part that I was talking about was the Kazemi, and then how it's leading you up to this full moon, about some things are going to be revealed. And then the positive that's going to come from the revelations will be something that has to do with your house and your home. And it could be spending money on the home, beautifying the home, building a home that is sustainable. You have a lot going on here with Mercury and Mars. I do want to talk about that for just a second. I'm going to go back for just, and I want to talk about what's going on here. And this will be exact on the 23rd. So like I'm leading you up to this full moon. Back in October, I believe it was November, December, and January. Okay, so back in November, Mercury and Mars were in your second house of your self-worth, your cash, your property. It was cutting and removing people, places, and things that did not have your best and highest good. It was you setting up things for yourself. Mercury is, how do I communicate it? How do I look at my finances? And Mars had you going over them with a fine-tooth comb. Then in December, I believe it was around the 27th, Mercury and Mars were conjunct together in your third house of communication, but it was retrograde. It was you trying to have these, trying to communicate with people and having this faith, having this hope, having this belief. Where is this miscommunication coming from? Why is the message not getting through? Well, okay, it was Mercury retrograde. Mercury was like throwing everybody for a loop. It was doubling down on paying attention to not just the way that you communicate, but you picking up on the signals of other people through their body language, through the things that they say, the things that they do. The third house is also the way that you communicate with your neighbors, your siblings. It was all types of talking, sharing ideas, and it was rough because Aquarius was there, and it was having you do this communication and thinking outside the box for another strategy in order to make these things happen. This third and final conjunction that'll happen on, I think it'll be on the 27th. Mercury and Mars are going to, so think of it as tic-tac-toe. I finally got it. I understand the message. All of this energy has you working on your best and highest good, removing some things from your life, highlighting some things. And Mercury and Mars are literally cutting away things from your past and things that are going on right now with you. It started off with things that you valued and your self-worth, and then it went into the house of communication, and then it's going to go into your fourth house of home, family, traditions, roots. And so when it comes together here, this is like the final straw, saying, I now know what I have to do. There's going to be this pivotal moment, because it will be I hate to draw too many lines and confuse you, but it will have to do with Uranus. And Uranus is going to be trine. The eighth house of shared resources so Uranus is electric, like a lightning bolt, and it's going to be trine to what is going on with your fourth house of home. And you're going to say, I got it. I know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm going to sell the house. I'm going to remodel the house. I'm going to do this in my house. This is what home should be. This is what traditions should be. The fourth house is the people who feel like family, or the people that it's the people who feel like family, and it's also the people that are with you on a daily basis that shape you. And there's going to be some pivotal moments that are going to be coming up that it's going to be crystal clear. And you might make some shocking fast-paced decisions that will all lead back to that November, December, January, I got it, where I'm supposed to be going and what I'm supposed to be doing and what I'm going to be getting rid of. And it'll be quick, fast paced, and you'll leap before looking and think of it as a trust fall. And so this is, I'm excited for this for you. So I'm going to look in the thing. Okay. Yeah, creativity stuck. I'm so sorry about that, but it's you finding new forms of creativity. Okay, in the full moon, I know exactly what it was in December, and it was frustrating. Yeah, but think of it as it was frustrating for the purpose of what did you learn from it and how did you grow from it, and teaching patience. Look, I hate Mercury retrograde. Mercury rules my chart, but I have learned the older that I get that as the lessons come through, I just have to, sometimes I ragdoll it and I just drop and say, okay, what's the lesson? Give it to me. I'm ready to move on. And then other times I say, okay, I see it. I'm going to work towards that goal. I need to work towards it. If you trust falls in the past. Yeah. And they do. And they will work out okay. All right. So thank you. Thank you, Shiny Gems. Sending you out a big fat I heart you. All right. Let me look at the next person in the queue. I really appreciate you guys showing up. I appreciate your patience. I appreciate you waiting. All right. So Kimberly, let me pull your chart up and get started. Thank you for your patience. I always check, double check. I'm a Virgo rising. Alrighty, I think I got it. Alrighty. All right, so Kimberly, I'm going to pull up your chart first, talk a little bit about that, and then... Okay. Okay. Oh, you're worried about... Oh, okay. All right. All right, let's talk about this. Oh, this is a lot. Yeah, let's talk about this. Okay, the transit to Saturn. Okay. Can we look at this for just a hot second and talk about like this your sun has a lot of Scorpio energy. Knowing this about your sun, his north node is in the sign of Scorpio. He's decided that in this lifetime, he's going to learn all of his lessons through his experiences with other people. This Scorpio is rough for everybody. Like I feel for Scorpios, and where I have Scorpio in my chart, Scorpios, they feel so deeply that everything that happens to them becomes a core memory to them. And this is about Mercury, the way he communicates, his north node, the direction. Venus, he's very intensive. He's can be possessive and wanting to own. And Jupiter, expanding upon. And Pluto, there will be a lot of birth, death, and rebirth and transformation in the house of partnerships, significant others. And so knowing this is in trine to his moon and his Saturn in his 11th house of his hopes, his wishes, his goals, his networks. He's very psychic. He's very intuitive. He probably wants to, sometimes a moon in Pisces, and with all of this water is I cannot take this energy. I need to tap out. I need to pull myself back. I need to have some kind of a boundary, and water does not have a boundary. It's very fluid. And so there's this trine going on between what he's learning and his intuition and healthy boundaries. All right, so let's take a look at, let me transition over here and pull up a bi-wheel so we can look at things that are going to be going on. All right, I see it. He's having a Saturn return. All right. And it's going to his moon. All right, so let's talk about a Saturn return. And he has Uranus on top of, okay, there's a lot of things going on. So let's break it down into pieces. The first is he's going to have this Saturn return. A Saturn return is when life says, I need you to grow up. You've had all of your first life lessons. I need you to focus on where do you want to go? What are your goals? What are your hopes? What are your wishes? What are your dreams? Let's move on. Where do you, taking all the things that you've learned, where do you want to now turn to? Saturn in the 11th house is I have to have my own boundaries. I have to now do this. On top of his moon, he's really going to be looking back at all of these relationship things that he's learned things from. He's going to be tapping into his intuition. Saturn on top of the moon is like, okay, with mother, it also is healthy boundaries. It's tapping into his intuition. It is, when Saturn is in Pisces, it says, be fluid, be watery, but let's have some kind of a structure that holds all of this energy in. And along with that, like, I know that I see the message about the Saturn conjunction. This started several months ago. As soon as Saturn went into the sign of Pisces, he started feeling it. It's kind of like life is catching up. And now it's, I need to double down. I need to buckle down and say, where am I going to go? What am I going to do? I have to choose for me. Now, along with this, I want to remind you that Uranus is sitting on top of his south node, and it's opposing all of this. Uranus is think outside the box. Uranus is eclectic. It's he has been very stable. He has been very complacent. He has not wanted to change who he was, and he's going to have to look at all the lessons that he's learned, and it will oppose him getting past his fear and past the fear is partnership. The fear is relationship, of being alone, not wanting to be alone, having to move towards that, and heartbreak. And the fear is trust. Scorpio's biggest fear is, am I loved, valued, and do I trust? Like, can I trust? And a North Node in the 7th house is his entire life is going to be based on his interactions with others and learning, who do I trust? Who do I not just give everything to? Who do I not get hurt from? As it crosses his moon, it could have something that has to do with you, or healthy boundaries, or tapping into his dreams and his intuitions, following his inner guide to say, this is what I need to do. Like having these aha moments that come up. The Uranus, they're like closer to April, Jupiter and Uranus are going to conjunct. So all of this energy is really pushing him to transform and come out of who he was into a shifting and a changing of what does he value. Let me look. Okay. I want to bring one more thing to your attention. Because the Saturn is like the Saturn return in his 11th house of goals, he has this Pluto Sun conjunction that will will totally transform his career, his job, his legacy. It is him having to think outside the box and say, what am I going to do for a career? What am I going to do for a job? What am I going to do for how I want to be known, my reputation? And using science, using technology, thinking outside the box, using AI, all of this is going to push him outside of his comfort zone, transform his intuition, and having him tap into all of those energies. Know that this conjunction will change who he is, partnership, and his home. And it can literally mean like moving from home, moving further away. What is home? What is partnership? Who am I? And so all of that will be going on at the same time. So I'm hoping that all of that makes sense to you, Kimberly. And I greatly appreciate you trusting me with this consultation. All right. All right, so let's talk to Veronica. Thank you, Veronica, for waiting. And then I'm going to just take a quick second and peek into the queue to make sure that everything makes sense. Shiny gems, giving out the heart to you. Okay, Kim. Oh, you're the Scorpio sun. Okay, I totally get it. Greetings, everyone. Janice. Elena, quick question. Who's next in the queue? Well, Veronica is next in the queue. Kim, he just got married 2 months ago after a 3-year relationship with his now wife. Well, this is him saying, I need to get serious. I need to get my act in gear. I need to buckle down. And what are my responsibilities? And I really see that Pluto being up at the top of his chart will transform what does his career look like to him. All right. And you are very welcome. And thank you for trusting me. All right. So let's talk about Veronica, or talk to Veronica. All right. Veronica, thank you for waiting. I appreciate everybody's patience. I always check and I double check. I'm Virgo rising, so I need everything. It needs to be perfect. All right. Veronica, were you born in Kuwait? Or are you in Kuwait?
She was born.
Born in Kuwait. Okay. Hold on. Okay, I think I have it. There we go. Okay. All right. Oh, for some reason. Would love to know things are okay. Also financial lucky times. Okay, let's talk about that. Okay, so first, I just want to get like an eyeball of your chart. Pisces rising, you're very intuitive. You're just like literally taking in everybody's energy. Oh, and you have, okay, let's talk about why you are so spot on with your intuition. All right, Scorpio is the last person you saw, like all that big stellium in the sign of Scorpio. You also have your moon, which is your dreams, your intuition, and your north node, the direction of I need to have faith, I need to have you need to have faith and hope and belief. And Uranus is thinking outside the box. And how can I use the internet? How can I use science? How can I use technology to make sure... Sorry, I just need one hot second. There you go. Sorry, my battery started to die. It is using your intuition, using your psychic abilities, the moon and the north node and Uranus in the sign of Scorpio is great transformation will come from all of the birth and death and the rebirths. It will, like, as a moon in Scorpio, you probably know it, feel it, see it, and you take on other people's energy. And as a Pisces rising, that's a lot of water. It's what is my energy, what is their energy. And I want you to tap into your South Node. Your South Node is in the sign of Taurus. Solid, stable, reliable, grounded. Jupiter is the belief of and faith in something bigger that's out there. All right, you have a sun in Aries. Okay, I see where things are going. Okay, I'm gonna pull up a bi-wheel so this makes a little bit more sense. There we go. There we go. I really appreciate your patience, and I want to talk about this full moon. I actually want to talk about some of the things that are coming up with it. All right, so Veronica, there we go. All right, so Veronica, you have, I'm going to go back and I'm going to create this timeline of things that are going to be happening. Okay, so currently, you have the South Node sitting on top of your Sun and your Venus in your second house of your self-worth, your cash, your property. The North Node in your second house is a focus on I need to pay attention to my cash, my property, my skill set, my resources, where I'm going and things that I'm doing. I need to release. You have the South Node, and it's going to be on top of your Pluto, the planet of great transformation, transforming what do you share with other people. That's money, resources, cash, property, your investments. This can be investments that through alimony, child support, debt, taxes, all of these things. The eclipses have activated these areas of your chart. Because you have Pluto in your 8th house, Pluto resides there. Pluto is the planet of death. So it's like when this contract ends or when this person dies, the money comes. It's like all of these things. And how can you focus on yourself? The North Node being on top of your Sun is saying, I need to pay attention to the direction in which I'm supposed to be going. Aries is the leader, the warrior. Libra is, I need to find a balance. Where have you given away your power? Where have you given away your energy? And how can you take that back? Now, I'm going to talk about the Sun-Pluto conjunction. That is in your 12th house of your dreams, your intuition, your psychic ability. I would be interested to know, like what's going on with people that are around you. This is you being able to pick up on the pulse of society. The 12th house is the house of psychic ability, dreams, spirit guides, ancestors, health. It's where we go to tap into our dreams. It's the Akashic records. It's getting messages from outside. It's also the house of self-sabotage and the house of hidden enemies. And there's going to be a huge transformation of this area of your life about releasing some karma, releasing some generational trauma that's been going on, or releasing some baggage that you have brought in with you. This transformation is going to be going on over the next 20 years. It's also going to be an opportunity that if you want to put limitations or boundaries on things that you feel or see or know, you're definitely going to be able to do that. And you'll be able to connect with other people that are like-minded. Okay, so you were born in Kuwait, I got it, but you live in Los Angeles, I got it. Okay, so everything hopefully is making sense to you. The 12th house, I want to continue with this. When this transformation happens, it will square the places that you want to go, people, places, and things, cross-cultural experiences, your deep intuitive sense of I can't go there, or I want to go there, or I feel safe there, there will be this square that you're going to have to integrate with definitely following your intuition. It will also square things that are close to home. The third house is how you communicate, who you communicate with, people, places, and things that are close to home. Squares are these 90-degree angles, and it's integrating the energy in order to manifest for your best and highest good. One is in earth, one is in water, and it's your thoughts and your ideas of the racing thoughts, the things that are in your head of how do I integrate this energy? How do I go with the flow and with my best and highest good of following my intuition? Like if your gut says you shouldn't go somewhere, you shouldn't be somewhere, you should not. You should definitely follow it. Be solid, stable, grounded. What will oppose you? Your sixth house. Your sixth house is your daily habits. What do you do on a daily basis to make sure that your mind, your body, your spirit are in tip-top shape? Do you have a counselor, a guide, a mentor? Your daily habits of taking care of yourself, of nutrition or health. Things going on in the 12th house. This could be an ending to self-isolation and saying, I now have a solution to these health issues that I've had. I understand what causes this. I now understand how I can work with the energy. With this much energy, I would definitely be doing showers and baths, Epsom salt, like remove it, stones, dark stones, anything that's black, that would, it absorbs the negative energy. There are a lot of other things that I would do to make sure that my home was stable and comfortable, but you have a lot of water that's saying, I'm fluid, I'm intuitive, what do I do with this? Look, if I get a message for somebody, I believe that the message is meant to be given to them. You're going to have to use the correct words with how you deliver that message. I believe that you have a lot of abilities that you don't know exactly what's going on with them, and you are supposed to be embracing them in some way that doesn't cause harm to your sleep or to your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health. I'm hoping that this is making sense. I want to bring one more thing in, that Saturn is going across your ascendant. It's in your first house of self, saying, I need healthy boundaries. I need when I have connection with people, I can people, and then when I'm done. And I have to be able to walk away. Literally, I'll take a shower, I will ground, I'll probably need a nap the next day when I've done so much peopling, because it's taking on other people's energy in order to get the messages or to get the information. You are just like a sponge right now, taking it all in. And so Saturn is saying you have to have some kind of boundaries. You cannot go at this pace. It will not be healthy for who you are. And so I'm really hoping all of this makes sense to you. Let me look and see if there is anything else. All right, I am going to bring up just one more thing. Okay. This Mercury-Mars conjunction, at the end of, I believe it was November. At the end of November, it was in your 9th house of cross-cultural experiences, foreign people, places, things, your hopes, your wish, your dream, traveling. So Mercury and Mars, I want to go there. I want to experience this. I want to dive into this religion. I want to understand the spirituality. I want to take that class. It's the house of publishing and law. It's all those topics. And Mercury had you exploring those things, those topics. And Mars was cutting away things and streamlining some things. Then it was in your house of career, your job, your legacy, but it was going in back. It was retrograde. It was having you go back over how do you use this information for your career, for your boss, for your like how you want to be known, for your reputation. Do you share with people? What do you do? When this conjunction happens on the 27th, this will be the third time. So think of it as 3 in a row. You're finally going to have this aha moment. Uranus down here, is going to think of it as a lightning bolt that is going to activate this and is going to say, I now have it. What I'm supposed to be doing, my hopes, my wishes, my dreams, my goals. I know where I'm supposed to be aligned. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm going to take that leap of faith. I'm just going to take that chance. This could be that close your eyes free fall, or it could just be like, I'm just willing to do it. I'm just going to, without thinking, do it. And so I'm hoping, Veronica, that all of this, I hope that this makes sense, and I hope it eases your concerns, because at this point, like, you're just taking it all in, and I want you to think about, like, what is the overall goal of having this information? What are you supposed to be doing with it, and how can you limit it? Like, you can always say no. You can always shut things down. You can always put boundaries around it, and that's probably what you're going to be working on. All right, so Veronica, thank you very much for trusting me with your consultation. All right.
Mute your mic.
All right.
Veronica,
So let's talk. All right. Elena, 10, 14, 1987. All right. Make sure, double check. And Moldova. Okay, I got it. Mother. Hold on. This time format. Hold on. I got it. Let's do this. Mother. All right. Make sure I have everything right. Country. All right. All right. So let's talk.
read your question.
All right. What's going on in my transits? Not major, but more like the one. Oh, 1, 2, and 3 months. Oh, I can do that. Okay, let's talk about that. All right. So first, let's have a little talk about who you are and what's going on. Oh, I see it. Oh, okay, let's just do a bi-wheel. Okay, I see this. Hold on. I don't know how much you know about astrology, but I love that the nodes have come back to, hold on, where are we? I'm going to do the full moon. There we go. There we go. You are having a nodal return. All right, so let's talk about this. 1, 2, and 3 months. All right, big things happening with your career. I first off, I want to start off with that. The Sun-Pluto Kazemi is going to be activating the top of your chart, which is your job, your legacy, your reputation. It will be under a magnifying glass. It's about using science, technology, new information. It's about the hive mind, but being yourself only, but being part of the collective. And so when this happens, this will affect who you are, partnership, and your 4th house of home. This shift that's going to go on with your career, it's going to be a 20-year shift of where things are going over the next 20 years, of a changing of what you do for a job, what you do for a career, your legacy, authority figures, all of those topics. It will literally, okay, so it squares who you are and it squares partnership. So a square is where the energy has to be integrated in order for the change. It's not all of one and all of the other. It is, we have to blend this and integrate this for the best and highest good. So where you are going with your job and your career or authority figures, this being at the top of your chart, it usually means like government or big things to be known for. It means like things are going to be toppling down and creating and building bigger, better, like long-lasting structures of things over like government or science or technology. It's building things that are going to be known for a lot longer in your life. It is creating something that that's sustainable. Now, so what will oppose you? Your home, your family, your roots, foundation. Does this mean you move? What does your home look like? There's going to be this full moon. Okay, I'm going to back out of this for just a second. Because of this full moon, there's going to be something that has to do, it's like everything, all the change is happening with you. Jupiter has been in your first house of self for the last year, and it's going to be here until May. Jupiter going through the first house of self is expanding everything to do with the way that you look, the way that you act, your health, your vitality, your it's the first house of self. It is your identity, it's your website, it's your business card. It is you changing and being pushed out of a comfort zone into creating something that's more sustainable about who you are evolving into. Are you like this conjunction of Jupiter and Uranus is going to happen in April, and then in May Jupiter's going to move into your second house. It's taking all of this energy of transformation, change, creativity, science, technology, think outside the box, who I am, my home, and my partnerships. Who do I work with? Look, who do you work with? Like I want to give that like a hot second to talk about. You have Scorpio in your 7th house. Trust is very, very important to you. You have Venus here. Who do you love? It's about being possessive and wanting ownership. Pluto is it's transformation. You're having a Pluto square at this time with the people that are in your life and people that are authority figures or that you know for a career. Pluto wants you to transform this area, and you have it natally in your house of partnerships. Of you will learn your greatest lessons through the interactions that you have with other people. Do I feel safe with you? Can I trust you with my secrets? And the 7th house is all about secrets. It's about contracts and negotiations and love and intimacy and wanting privacy in that area of your life. This could be with business, or this could be with a marital partner, or this could be with friendship, and this could be with also open enemies and exes. Now it's going to square. A Pluto square is these two areas of my life that there's major transformation going on. That will have to be, there will be a death of something. This could be the death of a career, the death of a job, where you wanted to go. And now, where will it push you into something new? Usually Pluto in the 10th house can mean retirement, or to get fired, or to get laid off, to lose your job, or to be seen as a public figure and want to build something that is sustainable. A Pluto Sun Cazimi really draws the attention, and it can be negative of what is going on in the big picture, and where are you in with all of the transformation, and is it secrets being revealed? Is it things that have to do with government? Is it the toppling of? All right, so let's move on with everything else that's also going on. I want to talk about this. Mercury and Mars. I want you to go back to, because there's a story that's leading up and assisting or being part of what's going on. Mercury and Mars were in your seventh house of partnership. Mercury, and you were having a Mercury return, and Mars initiating, I want to have a contact with this person. I want to go after this person. I want to have a business partner with this person. Like, it's the house of negotiation and contracts. And it's also the house of love, and it's the house of secrets. So, like, you're wanting to keep all these things secret. There was something that was initiated back in November. And then in December, then it was sitting on top of your Saturn and your Uranus in your eighth house of your shared resources. The eighth house of shared resources is the house where you have, it could be with an ex, alimony, child support debt, with family member, with property that you own with other people, or somebody has passed away and they've left this money. Mercury was going retrograde and Mars was still initiating. It was you wanting to go back over some contracts, back over negotiations, back over, like, yes, we said we were going to do this, but now I want to rethink how we're going to do this. Now, there's going to be this Mars-Mercury conjunction for the third time. So the third time's the charm. It's now saying, I have the right information. Enough time has gone past. I know who to trust. I know who to connect up with. I now feel better about this. I now know where I need to initiate change, where I need to have these communications. The ninth house is foreign people, places, things. It is the house of cross-cultural experiences and travel and building something that is sustainable over a longer period of time. So it could be diving into a class or diving into a workshop, and it has you taking all of this information and saying, how can I do this in order to better what I want to do for my job, my career, my legacy. You have Saturn in your 11th house. It's going to be there for the next 3 years, saying, I have to shore up, what are my goals? What are my hopes? What are my dreams? Who do I align with? And I cannot just blend with everybody. I have to have a firm goal in order to move forward. So, Elena, I really hope that this makes sense to you. I'm going to take a quick look in here. Oh my gosh, sorry. I just wrote red on there. I'm hoping that this makes sense. I'm going to go through the comments here. Bravada. This would be you. And so I'm hoping that all of this is making sense to you. And yeah, all right. Okay. I want to tell you, Will and Grace. Well, thank you for telling me that I really appreciate this. I'm just so glad that you found me and that you have studied astrology for the better part of 40 years. And I bet you do have a very interesting chart. All right. All right. Well, thank you. All right. Thank you, Elena. I am going to move on to my next person. Thank you for trusting me with your consultation. All right. So the next person in the queue is Karen. So I appreciate everybody waiting with your patience and your kind words and just being here with me tonight, wherever you are in the world.
K. It's just K.
Just K. I got it. 1224. Oh. Christmas Eve, baby. All right, I think I have it. Double check everything. Okay, let's see this. All right, Kay. All right, no question. That means I have free reign to just to say what I see, and let's talk about this. All right. I like it. It's a lot of Sagittarius energy, Gemini rising. So thoughts, ideas, racing, Oh, you got a lot of air. Okay, with your moon in air and a lot of earth at the 29th degree. Let's talk about this. Um, I'm not 100% sure, Kay, what you know about astrology, so I am going to just dive in and tell you what I see. I'm going to pull up a bi-wheel and talk about things that are leading up to this moon. All right. All right, Kay. So the first thing I want to talk about are the nodes. All right, we have your north node is in the direction of your hopes, your wishes, your fears. I'm sorry, hopes, wishes, dreams, and goals about where you're going in life, making sure that you are initiating what you want to do and leaving behind the always focusing on everybody else's goals. The south node in your fifth house is going to be you leaving behind some, like there could be some ending, some closure, some creative projects. The fifth house is children, childlike activities where we take risks. The fifth house is art and music and all of those topics. This going across your moon is being very intuitive about where do you want to go? What do you want to do? The north node is saying you have put your needs on hold for a while, focusing on other people's wants and needs, and now you have to better balance things in your life. The south node in Libra is if when somebody comes to the table and if they're missing something, Libra balances it. If they have extra, Libra takes extra from it. And so the north node in Aries says, I have to think about my goals first. If somebody says, hey, do you want to do this? Look, if it's not in alignment with what you want to do, then no is a complete sentence. You need to be focused on your goals first, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your aspirations, and who you align yourself with. The north node in your 11th house means you might be picking new groups or finding new organizations where you can better spend your time. I love this because it's in a beautiful, it's in a trine with 7th house of partnership, relationships, your significant others, your one-on-one, and contracts. And so this could be you meeting either through friends or making new friends through these things that you are doing. Let's see. I want to talk about the Sun-Pluto Cazimi. It's going to happen in your 9th house. Now, your 9th house is the house of travel. It's the house of school and studying and diving deep. It's taking classes and it's taking workshops. It is the house of publishing and the house of journaling. If you have some work that you've been sitting on and you have been the student, maybe this is the time that you are finally going to be the teacher, that you have that work published. Pluto is going to transform the area of your life that has to do with travel and getting there and studying and understanding all of these things. Pluto means that the way that you were doing things before, there will be like this death, this ending, and the sun is going to magnify over the next 20 years, learning a new way. And if that means technology and science and innovation and being up to date with the study or the thoughts or the ideas of the discovery of new and connecting with other people that have those beliefs or can educate you on that. Now, when this happens, this will totally transform your 6th house of your mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being, your daily habits, finding a guide, finding a mentor. This could be something that could help you in your daily habits, or a new, like, oh, I've discovered sound baths or Reiki, or it's discovering something or incorporating new ideas into your daily habits for your better health. It will also be activating your 12th house of your fears, your intuition, your dreams. How can you release karma? How can you no longer have this self-sabotage and say, I am going to own what I have done, what is mine, and I am going to transform this area of my life. I say transform because Jupiter and Uranus are there, and I'm going to come back to that one. Because that is like your 12th house has really been under construction for the last year in your life. What will oppose you is your 3rd house of communication. Leo is you. It is having pride. It's about your ego. It is taking your thoughts, your ideas. You're about your early childhood. It's about sharing the ways that you communicate or travel closer to home. And how can I study abroad? How can I gather? How can I be connected with others that are far away? Your being at home or your ego will have something to do with opposing you and overcoming that in order to embrace the next 20 years of this shift and this change of the top-down government and the rebuilding of what are our connections to others. Like, we're all connected, and seeing that, feeling it, understanding it, and believing it, and you being part of this process and breaking the old stereotypes of how things used to be. That's what Pluto will come in and do. All right, so I want to talk about the full moon. Pluto again, Sun. The full moon, there will be something that will be revealed about the way that you are communicating. There will be this pivotal moment that it needs to be released, and it will be released through your 12th house and Jupiter. It's something has to give, and it's about my thoughts and my feelings and myself, my ego, my will, my drive, and people wanting me to change for the sake of changing, and I don't understand this and what's going on, and things that were hidden are now going to come out, and it may not be the best way that it comes out because it'll be through communication or technology, and it will come to you through 12th house themes of isolation, dreams, psychic ability, the Akashic records, astral travel. The 12th house is spirit guides, ancestors. It's also the house of isolation. And so I want to add to that the 12th house is, if I don't pay attention to myself, about incorporating all parts of myself, then my mental, physical, spiritual health and well-being, I get sick. I don't do well. And so let me back this up. The 12th house, you are really you are doing a deep dive, trying to understand, where did things come from? This could be diving deep into past lives, or diving into where truly, where are we connected to others on different spiritual realms, and what is that connection, and how can you stay connected, and how can you shift and change your thoughts and your beliefs, and how can you transform this area of your life. All right, so Karen, it's K. I hope that all of this makes sense. You are very welcome, and thank you. Thank you for trusting me. I greatly appreciate you being here tonight. And check out like the other transits. I'm hoping that all of this can like set you up to let you know really what is going on for you over the next like few weeks, and in order for you to move forward with. And know that in the next coming months, you're going to be having a nodal opposition. So we should probably like address that at a different time, because that's like a lot of things. That's like usually a shift in home and a shift in career, like a move and stuff. All right. So, Kay, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate you, and I trust you I thank you for trusting me. And thank you for being here. All right. Wendy Knight, I am so glad that you're here. All right, let me pull up your chart. Sending you out a big fat hug. And, yep, let's see. Open. All right, Wendy. Let's let's do a bi-wheel and talk about things that are going on with you. All right, so one. Oh, work. Ooh, brutal. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about this. It is brutal. This energy is building for you. You're having like this second Saturn return. Sometimes when Saturn goes into the 10th house, it'll mean retirement, it'll mean quitting, it'll mean, it literally means authority figures and them on top of what we are doing. Do it again, that's not good enough. Do it again, that's not good enough. And it's wanting the accolades for the hard work that you have put in. I want to, let's see. Where's your own? It's opposing everything that has to do with your home. You are having okay. This it's opposite of your home. Whatever you're doing at work, it's opposing. Like, well, then what will happen at my home? Pluto in your 4th house is an idea, a way to transform. Uranus is technology, think outside the box, be creative. These two together brings down the old in order to create new. And this is like this energy is building for you. It's not Pisces is so watery and intuitive, and I know you're feeling everything. This like breaks my heart because okay, I have this in a different, I have it in a house of partnerships. So I feel it, but not the way where I have somebody, a boss or something over top of me. So Saturn is saying that you're going to have some boundaries. You're going to have, I know you cannot pretend to be just workmates. There has to be something that gives. This could be, I wish, like crystal stones, and definitely a bath every night or a shower every night, and definitely using the Epsom salt. Okay, I don't usually like put on YouTube, but have you tried salt? Have you like salted your area to like cleanse it and make sure that that there's no boundaries that are crossed? And this could be like pink Himalayan salt, Epsom salt, and I would add in like a little bit of essential oil. I would definitely create an area or a space around my space that would be sacred. Saturn in Pisces is you have to create the safe space. You have to create the healthy boundary. It's on you to do this, and that means at any means that you have available to you, because I'm sure that when they come near you, you can like feel it go up your back. When they're in your space, you can feel it. That would mean that I would have to have stones, plants, I don't know what else that you are open to hearing on here. So I'm going to like flip through here to see what the comments are. Okay. So when you say no, but I will, is that about the salt? Because I could throw with, okay, I feel like crying every day. All right. I'm going to send you an email. I want you to, I think I have your email. I'm going to send you an email with step-by-step instructions of what I would do personally for myself to remain, to keep my sacred space sacred. No, I'm gonna, when I get off of here, when I finish here, I'm gonna shoot you off an email or a text or a phone call. There will be a definite one-on-one connection between the two of us when as soon as I end this, because I want to finish with this with you, but I want to do it on a more private, personal basis. So I'm not going to go into your chart anymore of this. I'm hoping that makes sense, and I'm hoping that you're open to that instead of sharing with the whole wide world here. All right, so I'm going to, all right, transition this over. All right, so I do not think that there is anybody else left in the queue. If there's anybody else who has any questions, I just greatly appreciate you being here. Shiny Gems, yeah, you know what kind of advice I'm going to be given. Like, I'm going to reach out because I just feel like it's in Pisces. It's that watery, yeah. Oh, you have to go to the gym soon tonight, but tonight is open. Okay, I totally get it. I'm going to find a way to definitely connect up with you. So I want to thank everybody who showed up tonight. I greatly appreciate all of you for the likes, the shares, the comments, the showing up here and being here for me. I'm sending out a big fat hug to all of you, and then we'll talk again in 2 weeks. And if you want a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystik.com. All right, I heart you.